Everybody, this is Coach Rob. Welcome to one of my logs, or video logs if you like. This is something I haven't done in a while. I used to do these on our Facebook page rather sporadically. I ended up recording a ton of them and never getting them posted onto Facebook. And why is that? Well, quite honestly, Facebook was taking absolutely forever to load a 5-minute video. Never made any sense to me. I've never had any issues with copyright issues or any other non-appropriate material in a rated G environment. So I gave up and recently started this YouTube channel in an effort to kind of get back to that. I find it to be a pretty easy format to work with. I've been a podcaster for years. Being the founder and the host of the Cycling 360 podcast, arguably one of the most successful cycling podcasts ever. And then the founder and creator and writer for the Endurance Quickcast, which we're about to do a reboot on. But what I want to talk to you guys and gals about today is a very simple topic, and that is cadence. Whether you're a cyclist, a runner, or a swimmer, you're going to hear that term cadence used quite frequently. You may also hear in periodized programming of training plans, you'll hear or see speed entered as a training factor. That means cadence. So when you're talking about cycling and running, there are no shortage of thoughts and beliefs on what is an appropriate cadence or what is the right cadence. I'm here to tell you there is no right cadence. There is a lot of thought and speculation that goes back to the 90s, where there were lots and lots of road cyclists trying to explain their phenomenal powers in the climbs, which we later found had to do more with performance enhancing measures than it had to do with actual training regimes. But there is still a very big benefit in having the ability to turn your legs over faster, or swimming, turning your arms over and legs over faster. And quite often when we're talking about this in cycling, it has a lot to do with being able to answer a surge. If you can develop that neuromuscular component in your training, then what's going to happen as a race gets hot and you need to turn up the wick very quickly, there's a surge, there's a change in pace, you can adapt and move much quicker than if you've been a pedal masher most of your life. That's really one of the bigger benefits. One of the other things that helps with being able to turn the legs over faster is the ability to clear the legs of what we would say trash or garbage. You're talking about waste products. Now, there's some thought about whether this is true or not. It kind of goes back to old school days of time trialing and even triathlon, where when you get done, you want to get back on the bike or back on a treadmill or an easy path and then just kind of walk your legs loose, or in the case of the bike, spin your legs lightly until you can flush all that junk out of your legs. I still believe that there's a lot of truth to that. I know I feel significantly better. I tell all of my athletes, especially time trialers, that the moment that you're done with that race, you're not done. You've got another 20 to 30 minutes to spin those legs loose. I do realize that there are extenuating circumstances, of course. You get done with your race. If you were the last one to go off, then guess what? You're pretty much done, because you got to get back to the podium as quickly as possible and find out what results were. So there's all kinds of reasoning behind this. Let's get back to the point of cadence. So if you're interested in developing your cadence, I have an excellent plan out there. You'd be surprised when people ask me how fast can I make an adaptation. Quite often the answer is as little as 4 weeks. If you are a pedal masher and it's starting to cause problems in club rides, or your legs just feel like lead all of the time and you want to start feeling a little lighter on the bike, then working on your cadence is a great thing to do. The other neat thing about, or great thing about working on leg speed and cadence, whether you're a runner or a cyclist, is that you can insert this any time of the year. Yes, there's an optimal time. It's usually at the very beginning of the off season, but there's nothing keeping you from doing this work at any time. And most of the people that I work with, pretty much all of them, I do have them have some little focus on speed throughout the year. Easy days, let's go ahead and take 5 to 10 minutes and focus nothing on higher cadence until you can get those legs lightened up a little bit. So if you're interested in that, please visit at positiveperformancecoaching.com. I'll have a link in the show notes here to give you directions to my training plan for increasing leg cadence or speed. The other thing too is for runners, one of the bigger takeaways from the development of cadence is your ability to also adjust to changes in pace. Whether you're a 5K or a 10K or a marathon or ultra marathon runner, you probably would have already witnessed this on multiple occasions. If you're running within a group in a pack and then all of a sudden cadence changes, have you ever been just left in the dust and you can't figure out why? Because you know you're just as strong as the people around you. Quite often it has to do with your inability to adapt and adjust to a changing cadence. And sometimes that's done on purpose. If they know that you're strong and you've got staying power to the end of that race and your legs just cannot keep up with abrupt changes in pace, and they figure that out with you, they're going to leave you in the dust and then go on to beat you to the podium. So while I don't have a specific set of drills on running cadence, one of the quickest and fastest things that you can do, quite honestly, to work on your cadences on your easy day, you're going to want to adjust your RPMs, not necessarily the treadmill. I find it actually much easier to do this work on the treadmill. But what you're looking for is about 89 to 90 RPM. That will equate to 180 strikes per minute. That's total, both legs, 89 to 90 times 2, there you go. That's what you're kind of looking for. That seems to be what is an agreement by most coaches and athletes that understand this kind of practice. And if you're not sure how to measure that, quite simply, you need a foot pod. And to get a foot pod, you can get them anywhere. There's a myriad of them. If you're going to work with me as your running coach, you're going to be running with a stride foot pod. Not only will that allow us to see what's going on with your cadence, it's also going to give us a lot more information, including power. If you're not running with power, that is the future. It's what we've been doing as cyclists and mountain bikers and off-roaders and rowers for a very long time. So if you're very interested in that, let us know. Get with us. I've been doing this for a couple of years. I've worked with a few athletes under a stride program, and they've had major successes, lots and lots of PRs, and a handful of fantastic outcomes. I myself, after 2 years, managed to finish the Louisville Triple Crown in my age group, all 3 races in the top 20. I don't think I could have done that without it, just on heart rate alone. All right, everybody, that's all the time I have for this one. We'll catch up again real soon.